Welcome back everybody to the Search Show 24/7. This is Season 2, Episode 1 of Girl Meets World, entitled Girl Meets Gravity. So, let's get right into it. Alright guys, first of all, I'm doing Girl Meets World again because I got asked a lot to do it again in like the messages and comments and stuff like that. So I only felt right that I should, I guess, answer it and, do Girl Meets World again. I've already seen every episode and stuff from Season 1. I'm already caught up. But Season 2 for me was something I was really looking forward to because of, the stakes are higher, the kids are a little bit more mature, the story gets more mature when the kids get older and stuff like that. So that's what I was really excited to see. Now going into Episode 1 of Season 2, it started off really, really good. You still have like the great, quick humor, the very good Easter eggs and stuff that they lay out for you with their humor, and they're very self-aware, but it also gives you some of this, very lovely heart and goodness to it, to where, it takes you back to the old days, up to when Boy Meets World, to where some episodes like, oh, it's just a one-off episode, but towards the end of it, and once you get the whole story, it shows a bigger picture, and it gives you something to think about and something to understand, and that's what I liked about this. And what was so good about it is it kind of tricked you a little bit, because it starts off with like Riley just having like this like open monologue to everyone, and it looks like it's very self-aware, and she's talking to us. And when we come to find out a little later in the show, she's not really talking to us. She's talking about herself, and she's at this wake and stuff for Mrs. Shavasky or something like that. So I thought that was really, really good. One thing I really, really enjoyed about this episode of what her monologue actually led up to, and the payoff for that. And it was really, really good. Like I said, they're in what, 9th grade, 8th grade, or something like that now. Brand new year of school, which they think, oh, since it's a brand new year and we're a little bit older, we can get away from like our parents, our teachers, and we're more adult to where we can do stuff on our own together. So that's what Riley and Maya thinks, that now that they're in high school or they're in 8th grade or whatever, they can do stuff without, they can be more independent. That's what I like. It was a funny scene in the classroom where they thought they had a new teacher, because Riley didn't want her dad to be the teacher again, and they had this very self-aware thing where she was talking to Topanga. It was like, I don't want dad to be the teacher. She's like, no, we're not doing that again. And it's kind of a Boy Meets World thing, because they always had Mr. Feeney, like middle school all the way into college. Mr. Feeney was always there in some capacity. So I like that they were kind of self-aware of that. And at first they did have a new teacher, but Riley and Maya, they kind of screwed that up by kind of doing this and touching. It was a very funny scene. I really, really thought the humor and the way it was shot, and the way the teacher looked like he was actually going to laugh. The actor who was playing teacher looked like he was actually going to laugh. In the scene, it was a really funny scene, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was a nice payoff, because he ends up quitting, and then they end up getting the person that they didn't want to have in the first place, which was Corey. So I thought it was a really cool scene. And even the side story today, like the Beeline story with Topanga and Augie, and like the bakery shop, it was really, really good, because it impacted the bigger picture of like the whole monologue. And what this episode was actually like aiming for is that, don't be like too anxious to grow up so fast and like move away from the people who love and care for you. And I can relate to that, because I was a kid where, like, when I was 16, I wanted to kind of get away from my family and kind of do my own thing. I got my own place when I was 18. So I understood what they were coming from, and like the whole aspect of that. And then the whole payoff where, she ends up dying, and the whole monologue of Riley talking. At first it was kind of her talking like the universe should revolve around us, but not really. It revolves around the people you love and the people you care about, and that's what you should take into account. So that was a really good scene, very touching. It was very bold of them to do, especially on the Disney show. You can see it on like ABC Family or something, but on the Disney Channel show, it was very good, and that's what I like to see, especially in Season 2, where the story gets a little bit more deeper, a little more adult with the audience. It grows up with the audience, and that's what was always appealing to Boy Meets World, because when I was younger, it started off more kid friendly, and then when I got older with the show, it got older, and it got more heavy on life and like the repercussions and stuff that actually happens, like death, stuff like that. And that's what I like to see. And it was a great moment that solidified season 2 for me. Was just a moment, just a small tiny moment with Corey, you know, in his living room, calling Mr. Feeney and just saying, you know, and he didn't have to, you know, he just asked Mr. Feeney, how's he doing? And Mr. Feeney just that reply saying, I'm still here, Mr. Matthews. And I really enjoy that moment. I know we're getting more of Mr. Feeney in this season, but I do feel like I said in season 1, like for them to like really go up and like growing up with the fans and stuff like that, especially this new audience, you have to have moments like that. If the younger kids don't know who Mr. Feeney is, they it's going to be more impactful once they figure out and once they get to know him in the rest of the season. Because as much as I love Mr. Feeney, I love Mr. Feeney more than anybody, I do feel like Riley and Maya have to experience like a real loss, and a real loss in this universe can be like the death of Mr. Feeney, and how their parents, or how, you know, Corey, Sean, and Topanga deal with that, because that's what I had to grow up with, like seeing like how my parents dealt with losses of people that they grew up with and that they love. That's something that kids nowadays have to grow up with, like dealing with how your family and how your parents deal with like people who die and stuff. So I don't want them to die, but I feel like that's going to happen. So if that happens, it's going to crush my soul, but at the same time, I can understand why it would, and then I think it'll be good for the story. But overall, I'm super excited about Girl Meets World season 2. What do you guys think? Try to be more prompt in getting these episodes out, because I know there's a new episode each day for this week. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought, and as always, this is the Cirque Show 24/7. Be easy.